Life is a journey full of decisions, each one of which shapes our path and destiny. What if I told you that the key to a more meaningful and fulfilling life is not what we do, but what we avoid? Wise people who are truly successful and find meaning have mastered the art of recognizing what to avoid. They navigate life with a combination of wisdom and judgment that is perfectly aligned with the teachings of Stoicism. Today, based on the timeless principles of Stoicism, we will dig deep into the habits and pitfalls that smart people consciously avoid. By understanding and embracing these practices, you too can build a life full of meaning, growth, and inner peace. If you value what we do here, we have one simple request for you. Click the subscribe button. Don't skip any part of the video, because what you're about to learn may change the way you live and think. 1. Meaningless interactions. Smart people are very selective in their interactions. Time is our most precious resource, and how we spend it reflects our priorities and values. Small talk with strangers or gossiping about others may seem harmless. The conversations often lack depth and substance. Instead of wasting time on superficial topics like the weather, sports scores, and what people did over the weekend, smart people seek out discussions that stimulate the mind and nourish the soul. They know that every conversation is important, an opportunity to learn, grow, and connect on a deeper level. For example, imagine you're at a social event and the conversation veers off into trivial matters. If you're a smart person, it's easy to shift the conversation into something more meaningful. You can bring up a book you recently read, you can discuss the impact of current events, or delve into philosophical questions. This approach not only makes the conversation more interesting, but also allows for a richer exchange of ideas. It is important to create an exchange where both parties are enlightened and inspired. This behavior is in line with the philosophy of Stoicism, which teaches us to focus on what really matters and live according to our values. The Stoics believed in the importance of meaningful connections and purposeful dialogue. They would argue that pointless chatter distracts us from the pursuit of wisdom and self-improvement by choosing conversations that matter. Smart people respect the Stoic principle of living consciously and making the most of every moment. Furthermore, avoiding pointless interactions helps smart people maintaining mental energy and focus. Our brains are like sponges, soaking up. If we fill our surroundings with information and stimuli with gossip and trivialities, we leave less room for thought to truly enrich our lives. Smart people understand this and are conscious of filling their minds with knowledge and ideas that move them. Moving forward. They recognize that every conversation reflects their inner world, and they strive to keep it as rich as possible. Smart people are aware of the influence of their social environment and are conscious of their overall well-being. By surrounding themselves with people who engage in thoughtful and stimulating discussions, they create a supportive network that encourages growth and development. This is also a Stoic principle, the idea that we are shaped by the society in which we live. Seneca emphasizes the importance of engaging with people who uplift and inspire us, social interactions that include meaningful conversations based on values. 2. Willful ignorance. Smart people are very different in this respect because they understand the importance of embracing the full range of knowledge and ideas. They realize that choosing not to be knowledgeable on a particular topic limits their potential for growth and misses out on valuable opportunities to expand their understanding. Think about it. The willingness to embrace the unknown, even if it is uncomfortable, is a hallmark of true intelligence. We live in a world saturated with information, where new discoveries and ideas are born every day. Having an insatiable curiosity and a constant desire to learn, rather than a threat to them, means they are always looking for new perspectives, even ones that go against their current beliefs. It's not right. About finding truth wherever you are, this approach is a perfect fit for the Stoic approach to truth and wisdom. The Stoics taught that wisdom comes from understanding the world as it is, not as we would like it to be. Embrace uncomfortable truths head-on and treat them as opportunities for growth, not as obstacles. Smart people understand that they embody this Stoic principle by recognizing the limitations of their own knowledge and being open to learning from others. Not knowing gives you room to embrace the new wise people. Recognize that in an interconnected world, willful ignorance can have serious consequences. Wise people consider different perspectives to make more thoughtful, informed decisions. They understand that true intelligence involves a continuous process of learning, unlearning, and relearning. This continuous cycle of intellectual growth allows them to approach complex problems with greater clarity and wisdom. While it is easy to stay in one's own echo chamber and consume media that reinforces existing beliefs, wise people challenge themselves to step outside of these comfort zones and seek out diverse sources of information. They hold different opinions and seek to understand the broader context. This open-minded approach not only broadens horizons, but they also understand that good information is not just a collection of facts, but connects with the world on a deeper level. Smart people apply this principle to their personal lives as well. They understand that personal growth often requires facing inconvenient truths about themselves, whether that be admitting past mistakes or confronting limiting beliefs. They understand that growth begins with honesty. This self-awareness is the foundation of self-knowledge. The Stoic practice of self-examination. Stoics believe in regularly reflecting on their own thoughts and actions to better align with their values, and they reflect this practice by continually striving for self-improvement and personal enlightenment. 3. Conformity for its own sake. Smart people have the courage to think independently and avoid conforming just for the sake of conforming. They understand that true intelligence lies in the ability to critically analyze and question the status quo, rather than blindly following it. This independence of thought allows them to do just that. In our society, there is always a strong pressure to conform, from fashion trends to political opinions, to innovate, solve problems creatively, and make decisions that are consistent with our true values and beliefs. We need to think, act, and see, but wise people realize that joining the crowd just to fit in can be harmful. They know that social norms are not always based on rationality, or that there is more to it than accepting what is truly beneficial for oneself and society as a whole. Take the time to evaluate and understand things at face value. The Stoics believed in the importance of personal integrity and honesty. The Stoics encouraged individuals to stay true to themselves, if it means standing out from the crowd. Wise people embody this Stoic ideal in the following ways. They value their own individuality and autonomy. They understand that their unique perspectives and insights are valuable and not for conformity's sake. Wise people recognize that conformity stifles creativity and innovation. If everyone thinks and acts alike, new ideas are less likely to emerge by daring to do the same. Diverse smart people create an environment where creativity can flourish. They are unafraid to challenge established beliefs and traditions, This willingness to deviate from the norm often leads to breakthroughs and progress that would not be possible with a conformist mindset. Think of some of history's greatest thinkers and innovators like Socrates, Galileo, and Einstein. They were all non-conformists who dared to challenge the accepted conventional wisdom of the time and brought about profound discoveries and advances by questioning and thinking independently. Today's smart people follow in their footsteps by maintaining a healthy skepticism and spirit of inquiry, understanding that progress requires challenging the status quo and exploring new possibilities beyond one's own. By conforming to the expectations and standards of others, one risks losing one's own values and passions. Smart people value living according to their own beliefs and understand that true fulfillment comes from being consistent with one's actions. They value their inner convictions rather than seeking the approval of others. This principle is also reflected in their social interactions. Wise people choose their relationships carefully. They surround themselves with people who respect their autonomy and encourage their growth. They avoid toxic environments that enforce conformity and instead seek communities that value diversity of thought and individuality. This approach not only enhances their own well-being, but also fosters a culture of mutual respect and intellectual freedom. 4. Taking things personally. Wise people avoid taking things personally because they know that their reaction to a situation or comment is often due to the other person's perception, prejudice, or insecurity. They understand that not everything revolves around them, and that most people's behavior is influenced by their own experiences and mental state. Recognizing this helps them to separate their self-esteem from the opinions and actions of others and maintain emotional balance and peace of mind. Be aware when someone criticizes your work or makes a derogatory comment. It is natural to feel hurt and defensive. However, smart people have learned to look beyond the immediate emotional reaction. They understand that the criticism may be about the critic's own standards or issues, rather than an accurate reflection of their abilities. This perspective allows them to respond calmly and constructively, rather than reacting emotionally. They recognize that taking things personally can cloud their judgment and stunt their growth. This mindset is closely related to Stoic philosophy. The Stoics taught that we should focus on what we can control and accept what we cannot. They emphasize the importance of maintaining peace of mind, regardless of external circumstances. Wise people practice emotional resilience by not allowing their peace of mind to be disturbed by the actions or words of others, applying this principle and understanding that their self-worth is determined by their own inner virtues and actions, not by external validation. Smart people are able to view situations more objectively when faced with criticism or conflict. They are able to step back, see things from a different angle, consider alternative perspectives, and empathize with others. This ability to see the bigger picture helps them navigate social interactions more effectively, recognizing that empathy and understanding are far more productive than defensiveness or resentment in maintaining healthier relationships. Smart people also know that taking things personally can lead to unnecessary stress and anxiety. They free themselves by letting go of the need for external approval. They focus on their own goals and values, guided by their inner compass rather than external pressures from the burden of always trying to please others. This self-directed approach not only enhances personal happiness, but by avoiding the habit of taking things personally, it allows people to more truly pursue their passions and ambitions. Wise people are always open to feedback and growth, understanding that criticism, even when it is expressed harshly, is a valuable tool for self-improvement. Rather than rejecting feedback outright or becoming defensive, look at it objectively and search for grains of truth that can help you grow. This openness to feedback is a hallmark of intellectual humility, and Stoicism values this quality highly. 5. Getting stuck in the problem. When wise people face a problem, they take a step back and evaluate things objectively. They don't jump to conclusions or make hasty judgments. They look at things from multiple angles and consider possible solutions. They are open to learning from their mistakes and aren't afraid to adjust their strategy if necessary. The ability to adapt and learn from experience is essential for personal and professional growth. This is consistent with the Stoic habit of seeing obstacles as opportunities for growth. Life is full of challenges and setbacks, but wise people know that letting themselves get stuck in the problem can be harmful. They focus on finding solutions and learning from the experience rather than fixating on the problem itself. They understand that every problem is an opportunity for growth and improvement. This perspective allows them to approach difficulties with a sense of curiosity and resilience rather than frustration and defeat. When problems arise, wise people don't get overwhelmed by them. They take a step back and objectively evaluate the situation. This distance allows them to see the problem more clearly and identify possible solutions. They understand that impulsive or emotional reactions can cloud their judgment. Maintaining a calm, rational mindset prevents you from making poor decisions. Overcome challenges more effectively. The Stoics taught that we should focus on what we can control and accept what we cannot. Believe that obstacles are not inherently negative and can be valuable. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "That which hinders action advances it." Smart people embody this principle by viewing problems as stepping stones to action. Smart people are also good at solving things, seek new perspectives and solutions. They recognize that their own perspective may be limited, so they actively seek input from others, whether that be by consulting a mentor, brainstorming with a colleague, or doing research. They are open to new ideas and approaches. Smart people also recognize that not every problem needs to be solved right away. They prioritize problems based on urgency and importance, focusing their efforts on what really matters. This strategic approach helps them manage time and resources effectively and avoid burnout and frustration. They understand that sometimes taking a step forward leads to a better outcome. Step back and let things take their natural course. 6. Accept feedback openly. Wise people know that feedback is an invaluable tool to identify areas in need of improvement. Feedback, even if it is difficult to hear, provides an opportunity to reflect and make positive changes, rather than a situation to avoid areas that they should think about. They may be criticized, but they push themselves and do their best. The ability to accept feedback demonstrates the wisdom of prioritizing self-improvement over protecting one's ego. It's about having the confidence and humility to deal with criticism constructively. Recognize that there is always something to learn. Imagine receiving feedback on a project that you put your heart and soul into. It's natural to feel defensive or hurt, but wise people understand that feedback is a gift, even if it wasn't delivered perfectly. By accepting feedback as an opportunity to gain insights that we might have missed on our own, we invite opportunities for growth and improvement. This is crucial for both personal and professional development. Stoics emphasize the importance of self-awareness and self-development. By continually self-improving, they believe that to become wiser, they must be open to learning from others. Epictetus taught that criticism should be welcomed because it helps them recognize and correct their mistakes. Smart people embody this principle, treating feedback as a valuable resource. Moreover, wise people understand that being closed off to feedback can lead to stagnation. In contrast, people who are open to feedback miss opportunities to improve their skills and knowledge by being closed off to constructive criticism. Feedback allows them to continually hone their skills and adapt to changing circumstances, and their willingness to grow is a key component of success and resilience. Smart people know that to truly benefit from feedback, they need to listen carefully to opinions and not shut them out. Neither ignoring feedback nor trying to fully understand it not only helps them understand the nature of the feedback, but also promotes a culture of open communication and mutual respect. They are good at distinguishing between constructive criticism and unhelpful or spiteful comments. They don't let negative feedback get in the way. It erodes their confidence, but they use it as a filter to focus on what is truly beneficial. They analyze feedback objectively and separate out what is valuable. This sophisticated approach allows you to benefit from feedback without getting bogged down in negative emotions. By being open to feedback, smart people build stronger relationships and collaborations. When team members know their opinions are valued and taken seriously, it fosters a sense of trust. It fosters a collaborative environment where everyone feels encouraged to share their best ideas and shared efforts to improve, which then lead to noticeable results. 7. Letting emotions hijack your decision-making. Wise people do not allow emotions or feelings to cloud their rational thinking abilities or distort their decision-making process. This allows them to recognize cases where emotions take precedence over logic, rethink, and re-evaluate. Taking time to contemplate and weigh the pros and cons allows you to make rational decisions and therefore be less likely to regret your decisions or actions. This practice of emotion control is a central aspect of Stoicism, where rational thinking requires taking precedence over emotional reactions. We all experience strong emotions: joy, anger, fear, sadness. These emotions can be overwhelming at times. Wise people understand that snap judgments often lead to unfortunate outcomes. They recognize that emotions are powerful and they are judgmental, so they take measures. Controlling their emotions before making important decisions allows them to respond to situations thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. Stoics are known to be masters at controlling their emotions, and this principle is central to their philosophy. Focusing on what you can control in your thoughts and reactions rather than what you cannot as a dichotomy of control allows you to maintain inner peace and make better decisions. Smart people embody this Stoic wisdom by striving to control their emotions and be present in their decision-making. A clear and rational mind. An effective strategy that wise people use to control their emotions is to step back and allow themselves time to process their emotions rather than making snap judgments. Pause, take a deep breath, and let your initial emotional reaction take hold. This brief moment of reflection provides the mental space you need to think more clearly and make a significant difference, consistent with the Stoic practice of mindfulness and self-awareness. I often use techniques such as journaling or discussing my emotions with a trusted friend or mentor. Clearly expressing my emotions can help me gain a deeper understanding of what I'm experiencing and why this process can help elucidate my emotions and give me a clearer perspective on the situation at hand. Stoicism places great importance on introspection and self-reflection, and these practices help smart people analyze their emotions and make more informed decisions. Another important aspect of dealing with emotions is recognizing the difference between emotions and feelings and acting on them. Smart people recognize the difference between emotions and feelings and understand that it is natural. You may be angry, sad, scared, etc., but you do not need to let these emotions dictate your actions. This distinction is important because you can acknowledge your emotions without being controlled by them, because you can respond to the situation in a way that is aligned with your emotions. Rather than being driven by temporary emotional states, smart people are aware of the impact that stress and fatigue have on their decision-making ability and ensure that they get enough rest and sleep. Being in a good mental state is done before making important decisions. This includes getting enough sleep, eating well, exercising and taking breaks when needed, taking care of their physical and mental health, and improving their ability to think clearly and make wise decisions in stressful situations. Smart people practice techniques such as deep breathing meditation and visualization to stay calm and maintain focus and clarity. These methods help reduce anxiety and center the mind. Stoics also practice these techniques, believing that a calm mind is essential for rational thinking and reasoning. Effective decision-making. Remaining calm under pressure allows smart people to more accurately assess a situation and choose the best course of action. 8. Mindless media consumption. Wise people are well aware of the potential pitfalls of passive media consumption. They understand that mindlessly scrolling through social media feeds or relying on biased sources can form their own opinions and thoughts without their awareness, so they avoid such habits and strive to follow them. Determination and critical thinking allow them to actively search for different insights, reliable sources, and a wide range of information to deepen their understanding, question their assumptions, and develop informed opinions. In today's digital world, between reliable information and misinformation and propaganda, we are constantly bombarded with information from all directions. With news articles, social media updates, videos, and podcasts competing for our attention, we often end up overwhelming our senses. Scrolling, passively consuming content without critically engaging people have recognized this danger and have chosen to be more selective in the media they consume, emphasizing the importance of focusing on what is within their control and ignoring what is outside their control. They believe that selective media consumption should protect our minds from outside influences that mislead us. Wise people protect their minds from unnecessary clutter and distractions, so they can maintain clarity and focus without spending hours scrolling through social media or soap operas. Wise people spend their time doing this, consuming content that enriches their knowledge and understanding. They prioritize reading books, listening to educational podcasts, and watching documentaries that provide valuable insights and perspectives. This conscious approach to media consumption ensures that they are continually learning and developing. Furthermore, wise people are aware of the impact that biased and sensational media has on their perception of the world, and understand that many media outlets have their own agendas and can present information in an appropriate way. To counter this, they actively seek out diverse sources of information, including information that challenges their own beliefs. This practice of critical thinking and bias is another important aspect of conscious media consumption: setting boundaries. Smart people recognize the importance of limiting their media consumption, especially when it comes to news and social media. Constant networking and information overload can lead to information overload, anxiety, and stress. Setting aside specific times to check the news and social media can help you develop a healthier relationship with technology and ensure that your media usage doesn't impact your productivity and well-being. Smart people also recognize the importance of discussing and analyzing the content they consume. They have deep conversations with friends, family, and colleagues about the books they read, the podcasts they listen to, and the documentaries they watch. Discussions not only deepen your understanding, but they also help you recognize different perspectives and hone your own. This collaborative approach to learning is the hallmark of a smart and thoughtful person. 9. Neglecting personal growth. Wise people tend to focus on self-improvement in many areas of life, including emotional intelligence, social skills, health, finances, creativity, and spirituality, and they actively invest in themselves, always seeking opportunities to grow, whether through books, courses, or new experiences. This continuous improvement makes it possible. Adapting to change, performing better, and finding greater satisfaction in one's efforts goes hand in hand with Stoic philosophy, which emphasizes the importance of cultivating virtue and wisdom in today's fast-paced world. Get caught up in the demands of everyday life and neglect your own growth. But wise people understand that self-development is not a luxury. It's a necessity. It's a continuous process of personal growth, self-improvement. It helps you remain resilient, adaptable, and fulfilled even in the face of life's challenges. One of the key areas that wise people focus on in their self-development efforts is emotional intelligence. They understand that their ability to control their emotions is essential to building strong relationships and a balanced life. To guide you, you work on developing self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. This emotional intelligence not only improves personal and professional relationships, but also contributes to overall health and happiness. Another important aspect of personal growth is social skills. Smart people know that the ability to communicate effectively, collaborate with others, and make meaningful connections is essential to their success. They spend time learning how to actively listen, express their ideas clearly, and handle social situations with confidence and grace. Improving your social skills helps you build stronger relationships, resolve conflicts more effectively, and make a positive impact in your community. They understand that physical and mental health are the foundation of everything else. Paying attention to your body and mind, along with regular exercise, a balanced diet, adequate sleep, and mindfulness practices such as meditation, ensure that you have the energy and clarity you need to pursue your goals and enjoy life to the fullest. This holistic approach is based in the spirit of the Stoic belief in the importance of maintaining a healthy body and mind. And wise people recognize that managing your money is important. Achieve long-term goals and maintain financial stability. Learning how to budget, save, invest, plan for the future, and make informed decisions can help you build a stable and successful life. Without undue stress or worry, creativity is also an important part of self-development. Wise people understand that engaging in creative activities can improve their problem-solving skills, reduce stress, and bring them joy. They make time for activities that stimulate their imagination and allow them to express themselves, to find satisfaction in life through art, music, writing, and other creative expressions. This creative endeavor not only enriches her own life, but also inspires and impacts those around her. 10. Unnecessary risks. Despite their tendency to take risks, wise people value patience and self-control, carefully consider possible outcomes, and use this to adjust their approach and make more informed decisions. Overcoming these practices, acting responsibly and thoughtfully through challenges and opportunities. The most important insight is that intelligence goes beyond mere cognitive ability and extends into the realm of conscious decision-making and purposeful living. By avoiding these 10 pitfalls, smart people follow a path that is consistent with their values and aspirations. Taking calculated risks, yet living a life full of meaning and fulfillment, is often necessary for growth and success. Wise people understand the importance of distinguishing between wise and unnecessary risks. Not afraid to step out of their comfort zone, Stoics believe that taking chances with a clear understanding of the possible outcomes and a well-thought-out plan allows them to take chances without exposing themselves to avoidable dangers. They believe that this is possible by carefully considering the current and future impacts. A wise person should embody this Stoic principle by weighing the pros and cons of possible risks in order to minimize harm and maximize possible benefits. When faced with a decision that involves risk, a wise person starts by doing so if possible, gathering lots of information, researching, asking questions, and consulting experts to gain a comprehensive understanding of the situation. This thorough preparation allows them to make an informed decision, rather than doing their homework and relying on intuition or impulsive reactions. They ensure that their actions are based in reality and supported by evidence. Additionally, wise people are adept at assessing the potential impact their decisions will have on both short-term and long-term goals. They understand that taking unnecessary risks could jeopardize their progress and stability, so they carefully consider how each decision aligns with their overall goals and values. This strategic thinking helps them prioritize their actions and avoid distractions that could take them off course. They understand that even the best-laid plans can fail, so developing backup plans and alternative strategies helps them prepare for possible setbacks and adapt quickly rather than panicking to unexpected challenges. This reflects the Stoic principle of preparing for adversity and remaining resilient in the face of obstacles. Smart people also value the importance of seeking different perspectives. They understand that their own perspective may be limited, therefore they actively seek input from others. Those with different experiences and insights can also consult trusted advisors, mentors, and colleagues to gain a deeper understanding of potential risks and benefits, improve their decision-making process, and identify potential pitfalls. Wise people are aware of the impact their actions may have on others. They consider how their decisions may affect their family, colleagues, and the community. This ethical consideration ensures that they act responsibly and with integrity, and avoid the risk of harming or causing inconvenience to the people around them. This sense of responsibility and moral responsibility is consistent with the Stoic principles of living virtuously and contributing positively to society. Conclusion. Now we know the 10 important things that smart people guided by Stoic wisdom try to avoid at all costs. Let's summarize what we've learned. First, they avoid meaningless interactions. Wise people value their time and relationships, focusing on the connections that bring true value and understanding to their lives. Second, they avoid willful ignorance. Instead of turning a blind eye to reality, they seek knowledge, stay informed, and keep an open mind to stay vigilant. They also simply reject conformity. Rather than succumbing to social pressure, they follow their own path and live authentically in accordance with their true selves. Taking things personally is another trap they avoid. By understanding that many external events are beyond their control, they maintain inner peace and resilience, a core principle of Stoicism. Wise people do not allow their problems to bind them. You have a positive, solution-oriented mindset and see challenges as opportunities for growth and improvement, not insurmountable obstacles. Not accepting feedback is a big no-no. Constructive criticism is seen as a valuable tool for improvement and growth, not an insult to their abilities. It is a big no-no to let emotions influence your decision-making. They understand the importance of controlling their emotions and make decisions based on reason and logic to achieve the best results. When it comes to media, they avoid mindless consumption. They are selective about what they watch, read, and listen to, choosing content that will deepen their knowledge and support their personal goals. For them, ignoring personal development is out of the question. They are focused on continuous growth and are constantly looking for ways to improve their skills, expand their knowledge, and strengthen their character. Finally, they avoid unnecessary risks. By carefully considering the potential consequences of their actions, they balance boldness with caution and avoid endangering their own well-being or that of others. By avoiding these 10 pitfalls, wise people not only manage their lives more effectively, but also develop a mindset that prioritizes meaningful interactions, continuous growth, and rational decision-making.